welcome to Poetry Slam this month. We are so excited to be here. It is my favorite time. Well, Thursdays are honestly one of my favorite days because we get to hang out and chill and learn about different wonderful words in everyone's brains. And that's my talk about poetry today. Hey.
Good day, everybody. This is the Desiderata, which is something good to read every now and then to kind of keep you focused. It goes, go placidly amid the noise and haste. Remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible without surrender, be on good terms with all persons. Speak your truth quietly and clearly, and listen to others. Even the dull and ignorant, they too have their story. Avoid loud and aggressive persons, they are vexations to the spirit. If you compare yourself with others, you may become vain and bitter, for there will always be greater or lesser persons than yourself. Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Keep interested in your career, however humble it is, a real possession in the changing fortunes of time. Exercise caution in your business affairs. The world is full of trickery, but let this not blind you to the virtues that is. Many people strive for high ideals, and everywhere life is full of heroism. Be yourself, especially do not fringe affection, neither be clinical about love. In the face of all aridity and disenchantment, it is perennial as the grass. Take kindly the counsel of the years, gratefully surrender the things of youth. Nature's strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune. But do not distress yourself with imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness. Beyond the wholesome discipline, be gentle with yourself. You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have the right to be here, or whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore, be at peace with God, whatever you convince Him to be, and whatever your labors and aspirations in the noisy confusion of life, keep peace with your soul. With all its same drudgery and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Strive to be careful, strive to be happy. Found in Old St. Paul's Church, Baltimore, dated 1692. Thank you.
Okay, so this first one's based on the movie Blade Runner, which is my favorite movie.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's called. This is called Dystopia. So here it goes, Dystopia. It's always raining and the sun never shines. We're trying to escape with our whiskey and wine. Strange vehicles rise into the sky. Will we truly live or will we die? Are you real or are you fabrication? This is a hardwired generation. The night is aglow with neon light. I said you feel flight or fright. Who is the hunter and who is the prey? Where you see the light of day. Your only crime is trying to escape, as you wonder what will be your fate. This was called Dark Angel. Okay, Dark Angel. The Dark Angel rises into the sky. He watches his foes as they fall down and die. God tried to banish him into hell, but now his story is here to tell. His black book's open, it's time to take flight. Now we shall see an endless night. No one can stop his endless rage. He'll now turn a brand new page. Winter will come and bring a chill. No one will ever break his will. The moment of revenge is now here at hand. He'll be the ruler of this land.
Okay, I'm Cassandra. I have 3 poems today. The first is called The Path. Pieces of a dream come back to me, a feeling of deja vu with you. Another time, another century. Do you feel that here is where you're meant to be? Tracing the outlines of a barely discovered history, reaching for the heart of the mystery. Images pass like clouds in the blue sky. Do you wonder why we met and found one of the connections they say makes the world go round? Is it demons or angels that sing that song? Move us along through time, through choice and destiny. Is it true we set each other free? Surprise turns into certainty. We can let the other be who they are and mean what the other can mean. In the dark night of the soul, we find our symmetry. Want to be together through eternity. The graceless fall can still hear heaven call. The indignity of shame can still know love. The redemption of our stars above, embarrassed or shy, we still long to know why, and maybe that day will come, when we are born again to see the wonder which put our existence to seed, and let us walk the path we need to find ourselves and others too, the path on which I encountered you. We've searched so hard with nothing to find. No wonder you're so often on my mind. While I witness one of the few trees to bear fruit, the path meandered through dark places. For all we suffered, divinity forgave us. It never felt like the anguish would strengthen us, but now we stand before forever, hand in hand. Thank you. Okay, this one is called Fortune Teller. On the cusp of the future, shuffling the cards of prediction, I listen to her words, not knowing if it's fact or fiction. A seduction of my doubt, the knowledge is probably something I can do without. Still, I want to know what the future holds, scrying into a teacup or a crystal ball. Being patient as she reads my palm. Loved ones I've been separated from by death or circumstance. People I'd like to recognize in advance as coming into my life with a purpose, like a song that anticipates the next verses. I only wish I could see all the potential of being me. Individual pieces of a larger puzzle, trying to rise above, but my mind is a muddle. Wondering what fate has in store. I wish I didn't have to worry anymore. I want to be at peace with who I am and do what I can to sort out my emotions. I guess it's true I need some help with coping. Cherishing the advice for which I have been hoping. The room is draped in a silken crepe, understanding flashes of a plan too big to understand. Rings glisten on her fingers, a scarf accentuates her face. Caught between worlds, does she tell the truth or merely entertain? Calm and measured, her words fall like rain on the tiny sprouts of my faith. That I am here for a reason and I have something more to gain. That there are explanations beyond the random that I could put my hand on. Like glowing wishes on a seeded dandelion, not knowing if it makes a difference, but hoping that it does. So for this half hour, I choose to experience something different, letting someone else read my life with the tools and signs of divination, as if it is a collaborative creation, trying to catch the train before it leaves the station, to discover before it's too late the subtle tricks of fate. Thank you. Okay, and this is my third one here. It's called Lovelorn. You sit by the window and stare because you do your best thinking there. Your demeanor is sad, your heart is torn. I know what the problem is, you're lovelorn. Hand on a Bible, your loyalty has been sworn, but I guess he doesn't feel the same. He's making changes, wants to feel reborn. The sunshine mocks you. Once upon a time, he wanted you and he got you. But now he wants to move on, thinks you've been together too long. Craves his freedom from the bonds of love. The birds are singing a farewell song. But you will drag your feet when it comes to walking away. All you want is to stay with him. You're a clinging vine. Know that there's not that much time before he decides to leave. He said his piece, leaving you alone with the pain. Feels like you have nothing to gain. Can your psyche handle the strain? Or will it fracture like a broken mirror? Maybe he knows but pretends he can't hear you. After all, it's not his problem how it kills you. You stare out the window and wonder if time will help you recover. After all, you're not the first person to lose a lover. If there's some hidden strength, loss will help you discover. If you'll make it through by crying on someone else's shoulder. Learn that being alone is not so bad, or keep longing for what you had. Right now, it's just too early to say. You have to summon the strength to watch him walk away. Not beg him to stay, not even try to pretend you're okay, but go on existing, knowing what's missing from your life today. Thank you.
Has nothing to do with me.
You're the one.
My poem is called Spring. Yesterday spring hath sprung, but whether a lamb or lion, meteorologists knew not, for it was neither one or the other. Being of two minds as it is, we must prepare for the unexpected. Cold and warm spells to battle us, then followed by true spring. Warming our hearts finally, having made up its mind that solstice must be obeyed, so that summer may come. What it holds for us, unknown, no doubt will either please or irritate us as its desire is felt. We are slaves to its pleasure. Perhaps we should just live one day at a time, within measure, so that we are neither sad or so filled with pleasure. After all, Mother Nature is supreme.
Okay, so all my poems are the glory of God and adorned with love. This one's called Society as a Temple. Just a simple, oops, I forgot my glasses. You never know what I might not be able to read, so. Should I start again?
Sure.
That's a good idea.
Okay, all my poems are the glory of God and to adorned with love. This one's called Society as a Temple. Just a simple discussion and you're on your knees at the feet of an acquaintance. You carry your groceries as if for a party. Everyone deserves your respect. Scripture is shared with most cantankerous people. Reverence as if the ceiling is a blue sky, as if clouds are angels and birds are priests. Wisdom is the instructions on the back of a box. Admonishment is to surround a person in love. Reading glasses are celebration. Huh? Trees clap with their leaves as if arriving home at a party every time. Mistakes never define a person. Forgiveness is perpetual birthday cake candles. Blowing them out is always for everyone. Making love is the true lifeblood. A wedding blesses the attendees with all the relatives in heaven. Everyone cries in joy. They are all parents of the couple letting go of their children. The bride and groom lose all sense of time and space. Peace reigns like a good crown on a great king. Warmongers are learning the mistakes of their way. Like children, they need God to slap them on the wrist, to stop them from doing bad things. Stupid children who can't reconcile their freedoms. While the planet Earth blows up like a fireworks display and is put back together every second. The souls of contrition inherit all creation because they aren't selfish. Receiving the power of the festivity of God, comforted by their effort to speak the truth. Buildings are like animals. They bark and meow, trying to feed off nature, yet they know their means is the discipline of tending to the dear ones. Roads only carry bicycles as cars of innocence. People gather for sport out of a complete phenomenon that the inconsequential matters so much. Children are protected from all kinds of error, as if parents dance around them eternally, as if making mistakes is as obvious as a tank without a war or a fight. Doctors and medicine try to restore the soul to the bereaved. Lawyers and law are like kid gloves. Abuse and conquest never enter into the love bed. Sickness is a person staring upwards, yet just for a moment looking downwards to restore prayer. To travel is great trust in pirates that never left us, while the rewards remain. Airplanes are made of confetti, computers are made of air and wind themselves. Billions of angels dance on a pinhead. More and more people receive clear direction from God. Risk and give and take rise in holiness. Every nation has places of worship. The more different we are, the more similar we are. Everyone stood in front of that tank. Everyone saved people in battle. Balloons rise in the hearts of children. The universe has a means of traveling to other planets. A thought for God is a billion for anyone who can handle the mysteries of His. Cleanliness is next to godliness, well, even that means fun and family. The only turning away is the knowledge of everyone there that it's for the better. Yay. So this one's called Love and Obsession. Carrot before the horse and diamonds in her eyes, diamonds flashing in my countenance. Responsible behavior in finance, riding horses like in paradise, fields of green going on forever, holding her in my arms and kissing with great tenderness, friendship, partnership, and love, going to church like a crutch, being brainwashed or truly caring about forgiveness. A relationship for years and I still don't know how to talk about it. Clarity couldn't be better, yet I experienced doubt. A tree in its growth, accusation and endurance. Friends and allies, a boy climbing a tree and a camera. A new beach to go to, owning a cottage or seeing beauty through a screened porch. Ownership itself and a long nose. Everyone else is wrong because you have a big cranium. A marriage under the premise of a battle for who is responsible for the love that they have together. Endurance is the face of irrational needs, confusing the issue first to claim you understand, dancing on a cloud, then waking up. There's no one moment that discerns the state of mind. There's no life led that tells what it's all about. The same payment at the end of the day is at the starting of the day as starting at the beginning. Egotism only carries a heavier load and greater burden. Boxing with the air is a linear path. I can't fight you if you won't let me in the ring. What is it to be alone and to strive to never care whenever you're wrong, or to be surrounded by fellow soldiers who are merely in a common fight? Who loves you is second to the chance of being pampered. Seeing love as the means of joy and pleasure, sincerity as the means of love. No one wants a staged existence. Some people are better at offering it. We are often cursed with our blessings. What spine holds up great fatigue? Are we sick if we are well by all appearances? How obvious is the difference between real and plastic? Metaphors abound, and you can't even tell a child how it is to know you found love. It's just as possible. It's just not possible, I mean. Don't we all want the advantage of being desirable? Even then, all you learn might be a bad path. You might find someone you want unrequited as well. A sky filled with vapor trails, wondering where all the birds are. How poetic. Love poems and other qualities. The top of the pyramid and your wife fooled around on you. You can't look around fast enough to see if you should have been embarrassed. You didn't commit adultery and you're the one feeling suspect. But you can't collapse, or maybe you should. Never more alone than we are questioning the basics. The tree and its growth seems to offer the most that any one of us have.
I never know when you're flipping a page or you're not.
I looked at this.
He was like,
You didn't take that long. This one's called The Music Kept Playing. It's kind of messy down here. I'm probably going to have problems with it. The way I related to the music made me feel like I was the only one. Someone else's creation made me isolated. It played the keys to something about me that made me relate. I could see how it played my life itself. The notes and rhythm and melody made me so deeply about me I didn't know anyone knew. Poetry should make us feel something that brings us together. Yet now I know it takes courage to be me. Now I know that courage is all we can share. I can't put the musician in a box. There's nothing or my period of time that would finish my getting to know anyone. Yet through love we all know anyone eternally. It is only through love that we know each other at all. It was just a song in a movie. We all begin to speak sometime or other. We all know disrespect and getting interrupted. Sometimes we keep trying, and then we learn that all we have is the chance to keep trying. Deep within me is that song. Maybe my inner mind will always play that song. I will adopt a time that I might take a lifetime defending. I might play my keyboard and never have anything that doesn't relate or isn't derived from it. I can't defend myself with patent rights and copyright. My soul is not a piece of paper. My soul is the courage to send a letter of courage. I am completely alone except for my courage to see that I'm alone. That need for courage, the moment I saw it, depended on a higher judgment and meaning. I saw that art of any kind is more subject to theft and acquisition by anyone more than anything else. I saw that love is the only power of sharing that truly exists. I can't enjoy creating while writing some kind of legal document in defense of my originality. I can only see my hands move over the keyboard, or with a paintbrush, or with a pen. You or anyone can't steal my own sincerity. What is anyone but their perspective? utter and complete falsehood is in the heart. It may appear to be a lie, or it could be a lie, but what can deny the truth when investment in it is real? I can't say I could even repeat what I heard, but for an instant, I kept playing after it stopped. It made me see, for an instance, that when we are threatened, first we attack ourselves, so that we know what it means to defend ourselves. The darkness made me see that all I have is the light. No light shines on nothing. Nothing exists without the light. And it always leaves the shadows even when we live in the light. I can sort of hear the sound of a piano being played, faintly and distantly in my imagination. And the next time I hear music, I will hear the courage to be alone with voices who might listen as they die in the dark because they could admit it. Bye. Time to clap.
Lovely. Well, thank you everybody for contributing your work to today's Poetry Slam. So thank you for your work.
Thank you.
Thank you. Give yourselves rounds of snaps, claps, anything.